Hello everyone, my name is Avkash, and in this video I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake you make in your interview, and I will also going to help you to rectify your this biggest mistake. The reason I am able to point your biggest mistake out because out of my 20 plus years of IT professional career, in my last 9 years, I have built five really very big enterprise teams. The very first team I built in 2011 while I was at Microsoft and I was building the Microsoft Azure Rapid Response team. After Microsoft, I started my own company, Big Data Perspective, in 2014, and I built my own team for my startup. And that's the second time I had to pick and choose some of the great people who could come and work together with myself, and we could build a great product for the enterprise customers. Around mid 2016, I joined H2O, and at H2O, I built the customer success and customer support team along with our community engagement team. After H2O, I had opportunity to work in a Japanese company named Magnica, where I was leading a team of about 20 plus professionals handpicked from various departments within same companies to build the retail AI platforms for Asian customers. At Rombi, I handpicked a team of 12 plus great data scientists, ML and AI engineers so that we could build the shipping and asset tracking platform, especially designed for cold chain and pharma industry. So you could see that in last 9 plus years, I had opportunity to build some of great enterprise product and handpicked the great resources who could work together and develop something which is used by our customers. So I have very first-hand experience not only interviewing the great people but also to identify the mistakes most of the tech professionals make while going through their interview. So before we answer this question about the biggest mistake in interview, we must need to understand what is an interview. The interviewer is looking for three main things. First, your applicability for the job, the things you could do. Second, your social skills so that you can work with others. And third, your behavior skill, how you represent yourself. So your answers must cover all three things all together when you are responding to every questions coming out from your interviewer. So what is the biggest mistake you make in your interview? So when you are going to your interview, your mindset is that you are going to get the job, and that is your biggest mistake. Reason, because you are not going to get the job. You are going to keep the job. When you are going for an interview, the job is already given to you. When somebody invites you for the interview, at that time they have given the job to you. Now, interview is the process for you to keep your job. So in interview, when you are answering the questions, you are not answering to get the job, you are answering to keep the job. And that is the biggest mistake you make because your mindset is that you want to get the job. But you do not know that you have the job, you are just losing the job by answering very differently from your mindset. And we have to understand it really very clearly. So most of the time when interviewer is asking questions to you, your every answer is focused to tell interviewer that hey, I know this thing and I can do it. But interviewer is looking something different. It is not a lot about what you know, it is a lot more about how you apply what you know. As an interviewer, I would prefer to have a candidate who knows less but knows a lot more how to apply it. And that's the biggest difference between the knowledge and the experience. Knowledge is just you know it, the experience is how to apply your knowledge. So, the next time when you prepare for an interview, just change your mindset. Go with this mindset that I already have the job, what I need to keep this job, and you will see that everything will change. Because now your response are very different. Your body language, your behavior, as well as your response to every question will be totally different because you are focusing to tell not only you know how to apply. And reason you need to tell this thing clearly because you are competing with all other folks who are coming for the interview. It means that interviewer is looking not only how you are applying your knowledge to the job, how best you could apply among all the given candidates. So now you need to make sure that when you tell your interviewer how you are going to apply your knowledge, you also need to tell that how good you are in applying your knowledge. So I hope that I have emphasized enough to tell you clearly that interview is not about getting the job, interview is all about keeping the job. And the second mistake you make in your interview is that there is no first interview. Every interview is the last interview. So if you are preparing your first interview, that it's my first interview, you already lost it. You have to prepare your every interview as your last interview because if you do not qualify your first interview, that is definitely your last interview. So every interview you are going, they are actually your last interviews. So if you prepare yourself with this mindset, I can promise you that you are going to do very differently. So when you are answering a question, make sure that you use a 20-80 rule where 20% time is spent to tell the exact answer and the 80% time the applicability of your answer. And for any and every question, you can come up with a strategy to answer this way. And you can only do this thing if you have experience. Because if you just know it, you are only going to tell what you know it. And that's how the interviewer will be able to quickly find out that whether you are knowledgeable or you are experienced too. So when you are going for your next interview, if you go with the mindset that this is my last interview and your mindset is that I am here to keep my job, two big things happen. First, you will look confident. Second, you will be very careful because you are careful to keep your job. And that's a very big difference. Your carefulness will appear in your answers, in your body language, as well as in your social behavior. And that's all you really need to be very successful in your interview. So that's all I have for you in this video. If you are going for your next interview, wishing you all the very best. Thanks for your time, and I will see you in my next video.